What is going on, Pokemon fans? Welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. Today, we're doing a prediction video for Bellossom, but it is the optimized Bellossom. It is the best version of Bellossom that we can possibly do in a playthrough. That means we're going to have a couple rules we're going to lay out first. So first off, we cannot modify the stats. Now, we can modify the IVs, making IVs perfect. We can make them benefit us to a hidden power if we want to. So that can be done, but we're not going to change the stats of this Pokemon. So when we go over the stats, those will not be modified. Okay? We can change the starting moveset of the Pokemon, but I come up with some rules because I saw as I was creating this, setting everything up, how this can be completely broken and obliterated. So we are allowed to take one breeding move and give it to this Pokemon. We're also allowed to take one move from its previous evolutions to this Pokemon if we have playthroughs like this where that's accessible. Okay. And if we have like an event move or something, we can do that. But tutor moves, we can get those later in the game, so that's not an issue. But there are some event moves we can do as well. An event move will be in place of one of the two, either a breeding move or will be in place of a previous evolution move. Okay, so I will establish those rules right now. Everything else plays through just like a normal playthrough. So let's go over the stats of this Pokemon. The stats of this Pokemon are 75 HP, 80 attack, 85 defense, 90 special attack, 100 special defense, and 50 speed, for a grand total of 480. So pretty good stats. Like I said, not modifying those. We may modify the IVs and things like that. If you don't know, the way you get a hidden power goes off your stat total and where stats are distributed. So for example, if you have perfect IVs in every stat, you get hidden power dark. Okay. We usually go with hidden power ice. I've used hidden power flying and hidden power fire before. So both of them are decent, can be used, but in some playthroughs, sometimes it's better to have maxed out stats because hidden power really won't benefit you if you have good coverage. Now, this Pokemon doesn't have great coverage, so I haven't really truly decided yet on that, but I think having maxed out stats are going to be the strategy, and maybe if we need hidden power dark would be the way to go. But let's go ahead and look at the move set for this Pokemon. So level up move set. This is what we're going to modify. So we start off with Absorb, Sweet Scent, Sunspore, and Petal Dance. Petal Dance, 70 base power, 100% accurate, 105 with stab. Really don't want to modify that. All the other three moves are fair game, but I don't know if I want to use Sunspore more or if I want to use Absorb, so that's really the question here. But we definitely don't want Sweet Scent. But one of the two, Sunspore, Absorb, will probably be removed. And then obviously we get Solar Beam at level 55, but we'll probably get that long before we get to level 55. Because we can get it via the TM long before the Elite Four, and I don't think we're going to be at level 55 before we get the Elite Four. So probably get that via TM. So here are the moves that we can get with this Pokemon that are what are called breeding moves. So you breed a Bellossom or whatever with this Pokemon, and it can start out with one of these moves. Charm is completely worthless, so we're not going to do that. Flail, we had no other option, it wouldn't be a bad option because it is physical. And it would help us. And there's a couple battles I can specifically think of early that would be very helpful. But long term, it would basically phase itself out, and we'd be back to the moveset we had when we played through as a normal Bellossom. So that wouldn't be helpful. Razor Leaf, it's less powerful than Petal Dance, but it does have a high critical ratio, and it doesn't confuse you, but it does have lower accuracy. So there's trade-offs. But I think Petal Dance will be just fine with what we have. We can also get the last two moves here are Swords Dance and Synthesis. Now, I don't think Synthesis is going to be useful. It does replenish our health, but really you got to think of a whole slot where you could have a move that could be type diversity. It could be something to handle like a problem Pokemon. I just don't think that's smart. And so instead, I think we're going to land on Swords Dance. Swords Dance will give a physical boost. This will not be helpful early in the game at all, but it will be very helpful later in the game. So that's where I think Swords Dance was definitely going to replace Sweet Scent. That's a given. And then we got to decide on what move from our previous evolution we're going to use. Now, here's why I said it could get broken. I was going to say, maybe I should just add as many moves as I want. Sludge Bomb and Sleep Powder would be great. But I think that's overkill. I think that's going to really much break this Pokemon. Maybe I will have like a broken Pokemon run where best moveset possible, no matter what. What can we use? And then I can do that. But I'm not doing that. I'm going to adhere to the rule of one previous evolution move and one breeding move, an egg move, or whatever you want to call it. I think Sleep Powder is the way to go here. Sludge Bomb would be great, but eventually in the game, it would, like I said, it would phase itself out. it wouldn't be useful later in the game. It would be very useful early because it would give us something to attack with other than just a grass move. But again, it would phase itself out. And even if I did acid, I think that's a little too much still. It just gives us type diversity. And I think it goes against the spirit of what I'm trying to do here. I think Sleep Powder is smart, because Sleep Powder, you can start the game with it, and you can probably take it all the way to the end of the game, and it would be very useful at the end of the game, because it was very useful in the first playthrough I did when I evolved from Oddish to Gloom to Bellossom, whereas we didn't have that last week. And like I said, this is optimizing it. So optimization, Sleep Powder is an optimal move for this Pokemon to get through the end game as fast as possible. And you pair that up with Swords Dance, we can put a Pokemon to sleep, we can set up, and we can sweep. We can sleep. We can sweep the Pokemon. So I think that's in the spirit of the rules. And then the last thing I do want to go over is our TM moveset. We're not modifying this. I'm not going to get a moveset from a different generation and try to incorporate it in. These will just stay a status quo. So Hidden Power we may use, Sunny Day. I didn't use anything else. Solar Beam and Return. Those are the 4 moves we're going to use with this Pokemon. So this will make it so that we have... those are the best moves we can do. I have a very specific strategy I'm looking for. It may be a little bit of a rough go early, but I think it'll be better than it was in the last playthrough. Okay, now here's where I said I got to decide which one I want. Do I want to go with Absorb, where it'll damage and replenish our health, but it's not very powerful? Or do I want to get rid of Stun Spore? Stun Spore actually might be more useful than Sleep against Bugsy, because it's going to paralyze. Whereas Sleep, if he wakes up, he's just going to attack us. Whereas Paralyze could be better. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what to do yet. But I'm really leaning on the fence there. Maybe I'll make a decision by the end of this video. But here's what our ultimate goal is. Our ultimate goal is to obliterate this time. So this is what our Bellossom only playthrough resulted in. 2 hours and 31 minutes and 11 seconds. So not a bad playthrough, but I want to beat this into the ground. I want to get this done under 2 hours. That is my goal. And I think with the moveset I'm looking at, I think this is feasible. But we're going to have to... some battles early are going to be tough. I don't think Falkner's going to be a problem, but Bugsy could be. Bugsy will be. But with Sleep Powder, maybe that'll be a game changer enough that we won't have to fight him multiple times. But after him, I don't see a lot of problems. I see some Pokemon that are going to be pretty easy. I see a solution to a lot of problems that we had with Sleep Powder and Swords Dance combined. And yeah, I think that could be very good. So we'll see. But let's go back to the main slide and kind of rehash. And I guess I'll make a decision right now what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start off the moveset with... I think I'm going to get rid of Absorb. And I'm going to replace it with Sleep Powder. I'm going to replace Swords Dance. Or I'm sorry, Sweet Scent with Swords Dance. We're going to keep Stun Spore. And we're going to keep Petal Dance. We just have to get through the first 2 gyms. Once we get through the first 2 gyms and we get the Goldenrod City, we can get the move Return, and then we no longer need Stun Spore. And then we have Swords Dance, Return, Sleep Powder, and Petal Dance. And I think that'll be our moveset for a long time until we get to some other points in the game. But I really do think that's going to be very, very beneficial for us to go that route. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think this moveset's ideal? Do you see any flaws in it? I do have one reservation that I'm going to have with this. It's going to make it very difficult to have Sunny Day, but we will see when we get to that point. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is JD. This is JD's Nerdverse. And this video is going to come out on Friday. And this is the last Bellossom playthrough I will be doing for a long time. And we're going to move on to the next Pokemon, which is, I think it's Meryl and Azumarill. So those will be the next playthroughs we have on this channel. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys on Friday.